Not everything that's prickly is bad. This is California hedgenettle, and it does not feel good on your skin. Even I react to it. I'm alert. I'm immune to poison oak, but this stuff is uncomfortable. Now, right next to it, we have milk thistle. This also doesn't feel good, but absolutely does not belong here, and is really taking a strong foothold this year. I personally am blaming the goat grazing. It's the smoking gun, explaining the spread and in density of the milk thistle increasing every year. But today we are going to, by hand, dig up the milk thistle and the milk thistle only and plot this area and see how it does compared to surrounding area. Oh look, we have a cleaver. These are native. Look at, I am not grabbing it. It is grabbing me. That's what the cleavers do. Just a side note, listening to this is the most water. It's not that much, but this is the most water I've seen here in 5 years. How sad is that? But let's be thankful for it. I don't think you can make it all the way across, man. Actually, we might be able to. Well, hello there, old lady. Thanks for joining us. And look what we have here. I don't see much of this. Solomon's seal, native to North America. And, well, hello. Milk maiden, California toothwort. The closer we get to here, the steeper it is, the more native plants I find. There's a lot of reasons for that, but since I've been closely monitoring the goat grazing, I will tell you that the goats, like other livestock, don't bother with this steep stuff nearly as much as just grazing up on the flatter area. They're not supposed to be allowed in a riparian area at all, but they do it, and no one's stopping them. So naturally, though, the goats just aren't going to do this when they have the choice of sticking to the easier terrain. Got a few more natives, and unfortunately we got the milk thistle right next to the water. They have expanded their territory a little bit every year. Look how nice it is today. And last night and early this morning was like as absurdly stormy for California as you can think. And it's just back and forth. It's like all over the place. And that's maybe normal for harsher environments like the Midwest, but that's not California. So here's my border using these bay tree saplings. I'll use that. What's that? A dead interior live oak sapling. And we'll just like kind of make a circle over to this one. Yeah, we'll just use the saplings for a rough border. And that's a way to measure success. Oh good, I think we have some Pacific poison oak growing here. Some more right there. Don't forget the miner's lettuce. Provided vitamins for the early California miners. It's good. It's very refreshing. All right, here we go. One at a time. None of this mowing, chopping, leaf blowing, horse crap, digging, herbicide, all that horse shit that destroys everything in the vicinity. soon as you undertake something like this, it becomes immediately clear that there's way more than you first anticipated. Just listen. And that's why I get so upset about leaf blowers. This is what we could have. So I've been going at it for several minutes now. I'm just checking back in to express how meditative it is. This is actually really great, as long as you're not in a hurry, and as long as you can't hear the noise pollution of other garden machines. And it's funny enough, I did hear a lawnmower. Even all the way out here, I heard the slightest sense of a lawnmower. Out here, of all places, that noise carries. You know, the frustrating thing about hearing a machine all the way out here whose purpose is to mow a lawn is that the lawn is the least valuable part of a yard. I mean, people don't even use lawns anymore, but they just keep owning them because they just can't think differently, apparently. It provides no ecological benefit. It provides many ecological harms. We don't even go outside enough to claim that having a lawn is good for social activity. And it requires the most noise and the most violent machines the most regularly. And it provides the least value. Plant some native plants there, and you won't need the machines, and you'll provide value. Oh, here's some Italian thistle. Some old Italian thistle. That one really sucks. I wonder if, yeah, I think it just comes a little bit later than the milk thistle, so I can't say we're out of the clear just because I'm seeing more milk thistle than Italian thistle at the moment. Even though my pile is not very impressive, I've pulled like 100 of these things already, but it speaks to how important timing is, because even though the mass of the pile is small, I've actually removed a shitload of plants. So by doing it at the right time of year, you're reducing the amount of work that you're doing because the plant can't resist. These are actually coming up extremely easy. They don't hurt nearly as bad as the older plants do. So I just abandoned the glove. But with an adult, I don't want to sound like a weenie, but milk thistle gets me. And the mass of fire fuel that you have to haul out of here if you try and pull them later, completely different than just ending them at this stage in the growth cycle. Now if we can just keep the goats from coming back over that hill again and spreading the annual invasive fire fuel, we might be able to make progress. Ironically, the very program that taxpayers pay to fight fire fuel is promoting fire fuel. Stupid Italian thistle. I don't want to remove this wood, so I just got to lift it to get under here. While everyone else is sanitizing our forests and removing every little piece of naturally fallen branch and twig, I'm being very careful not to do exactly what other people are doing, because that's supposed to be here. Branches fall, twigs fall. So after like the 200th plant, the dogs just look at me like I'm insane. They stick close, which is a blessing, I suppose, because of coyotes and such. but they get bored because they don't go running and entertaining themselves unless I'm doing it with them. What a design. But we are leaving, therefore you need to move along. Go back to the grass, buddy. Come on. Back to the grass. Back to the grass. Oh, hey, look at that. Well, these flowers are actually the miner's lettuce. These ones up here that get more sun are flowering. So the reason I'm targeting milk thistle this year is you'll see as we continue up out of the ravine a continuous increase in the amount of these gnarly things. Remember the leaf blower I mentioned earlier? Now comes the inevitable leaf blower. I mean, considering the wind carrying it my way, that's like a leaf blower a mile away that I can hear. And what did it accomplish? I mean, a machine that I can hear a mile away blew the lightest things on the planet. Oh, we've got a deer today. You see this? See? I mean, now I can't get it out of my sight. Look at the size of this thing already. Look at this. There we go. We made it far enough up the hill where we reached the point of it just being bare soil and milk thistle and other invasives. I mean, you get the rare native here and there, but this is pretty much now milk thistle territory.